What is going on, everybody? Today, as you can tell, I'm going to be talking about Destiny a little bit. It says it's a rant, but it's not really a rant. I'm more of so going to be talking about good and bad of Destiny, which unfortunately the bad outweighs the good eventually. So let's just get into it. I don't have any notes or anything, so I'm just kind of winging it. Okay, so let's start off with the good things about Destiny. The Destiny gameplay feels like Halo, so if you're familiar with Halo, you'll like the controls, you'll get them pretty fast. The gameplay's smooth. There are some glitches, but of course there's going to be glitches in like video games. The video game does not have a glitch. So yeah, the gameplay is good. The graphics are obviously good, especially if you get it on one of the next gen systems. I believe I myself think that the planets are very well designed. The scenery is awesome. When you look out, you can see like Earth and the space station when you're on the moon. It's pretty cool. I believe the Earth actually moves, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's little stuff, but it makes the scenery cool. There's some planets that are cooler than others, like Venus. The whole kind of like jungle thing is really awesome. The moon's just super. You feel like you're actually on the moon. Um, what else? I mean, there's like the good things, and then with the good things, there's also bad things with them. The weapons are alright. The only really cool weapons are the exotics. Obviously, they're gonna be the coolest, but they're the one that they look the best, obviously, because they're called exotics. So, alright. I can't really think of any other positives, really. I mean, all the bad things I'm saying, bad things. They're not like awful things. There's like kind of good sides to them, kind of not. Um, all right, let's kind of start off wherever. So for the bad things, first thing I realized was that going through the story, I felt the story was very short. It was brief. It was choppy. It just wasn't a $60 story to me, to be honest. I feel that Bungie and Activision sold Destiny's on their name. They knew, Bungie, makers of Halo, and, Activision gave you Call of Duty, and that's exactly how they marketed it in their trailer. I believe they put that at the end. Destiny, Bungie, makers of Call of Duty, Activision gave you Bungie, makers of Halo, Activision gave you Call of Duty. So they obviously knew that just by name they were going to be able to make a lot of money off the game, and that's like half the way that they marketed it. Talking about the trailer was actually pretty awesome. Some of the things in the trailer haven't even been seen in the game, which I'm guessing is going to be DLC content, which is pretty bogus. I feel like they took the finished game, they broke it up into pieces. They took like 3 or 4 pieces out of the game, put the rest of them together, and sold it to you for $60, and then made you buy the other missing pieces of the story, which is pretty stupid because you're basically paying $60 for an unfinished game, and then to be able to finish like the story and whatnot, you gotta buy it on DLC content, which is stupid. When I'm buying a $60 game, I don't want to have to buy DLC to be able to finish like a solid game. When I'm buying a $60 game, I want a solid finished game that I can enjoy for more than a month and not have to put down for another game I've already beaten and because I've gotten bored of Destiny. You know, it's I feel like I feel cheated, to be honest. I'm sure tons of other people feel the same way too. If you just read comments and whatnot, anybody that's played a good game knows that Destiny wasn't a solid full-length game. It was choppy. It was pieced up. It was just poorly given to us, really. You look at something like Halo, and the Halo stories are amazing. Obviously, they're top games. And just comparing Destiny's story to a story like Halo from the same makers, it's just I feel it's unreal. There's no, it doesn't go in depth like at all compared to Halo. Halo, you had, you knew every faction, you know every creature, every monster, even, Master Chief was masked and you knew more about him than you do your own character in Destiny. Like you don't know where he came from. You don't know what happened before Destiny. Um, whatever that guy's name is, he said, "Oh, I can tell you," but obviously he doesn't, which is stupid. There's a little backstory, and the backstory that there is in the Grimoire cards, and they're not even in the game. You have to go on the internet or use your phone to be able to access like half of the story of the game. Like all the lore of the game is, on a third party. It's stupid. It's just I feel like they just were trying to make as much money as they could. I just feel like Activision was a bad company to partner with on Bungie's part, because I feel that Activision, they basically did all the marketing. I feel like they took all of Bungie's work and just decided what to do with it. We're going to take this out so we can make more money off of it later in DLC, because we know that people are going to want to buy it because they don't feel like they know the rest of the story. Obviously, if you give somebody half a story, they're going to want to finish, or they're going to want to figure out what happens in the end. So yeah, they're going to buy the DLC. But if you're somebody that works and makes your own money, you don't feel like spending another $40 on DLC. Obviously, all the little kids that have their parents buy it for them, they could care less. But honestly, I'm not about to spend more money on a game I feel like cheated me. All right, so that was just that, and there it goes. It goes deeper into the game. Like the missions are super repetitive. It's just you killing hordes and hordes and hordes. It's like a big horde mode at times. Like the bosses are the exact same thing as mobs, but just bigger. There's no there's no differentiation. Is that a word? Differentiation. There's not a difference. There's no difference between the bosses and the mobs. It's just they're on a larger scale. The bosses don't drop loot when they die, which is stupid, because who wants to play an MMO where a boss doesn't drop loot? That's dumb. The loot system is absurd. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You basically get no loot ever, and when you do get loot, it's crap loot. Um, even, Xur, supposed to be selling exotics, he sells the same exact exotics he sold 2 weeks ago, and you're waiting all week for it, collecting strange coins. I mean, there are good things about it, but like when the first free content came out, I was excited. Queen's Wrath. Oh, cool! You get to see the Queen's ship and whatnot. You feel like you're gonna get more story. Nope, you get the same exact missions at a higher rate, and then you get crap gear that you can't even use after level 25 or whatnot. It's oh my gosh. Like you think that your first add-on content would be good, like probably the best thing you could throw at your consumers so that they would keep playing. But when you throw something out like Queen's Wrath, it's pretty comical. Like here guys, here's your first free content, and it sucks dick. So obviously they're gonna not want to keep playing. Um, the loot system really has me. I don't understand it at all. The chests suck dick. You basically get nothing when you play the Crucible. You know, usually when you play the Crucible, the worst person on your team gets better loot than you do almost every single time. You think somebody that plays like as hard as they can in the Crucible feels good about that? They get nothing, and somebody on the bottom of the screen gets the best out of everybody. It's amazing. It's dumb. And the one thing, the loot cave, which was probably the best thing of the game, they patched within like a week, but that's okay because there's a ton of other loot caves. But really, who wants to sit there and just kill mobs and mobs and mobs just to get loot, which you can do nothing with afterwards, basically. I mean, there was one raid. Second raid, you have to buy. It's dumb. I don't understand their logic. It's mind-blowing. What else? I'm going to have to cut and paste this. Alright, back to the raid. You think on something that takes 6 people, not everybody has freaking 6 friends that play Destiny, so they should at least have like a matchmaking session for, you know, Vault of Glass, which they don't, which is dumb. And, you know, they know that people want it, and they don't adhere to what their consumers want. They just keep putting in the game what they want, probably because Activision's up their butt telling them what to do. But besides that, there's something else. Vault of Glass. Freaking. Oh, there's no trade system in an MMO. How is there gonna be no trade system in an MMO? Because they expect you to get, like, say you're a Titan, you get a Warlock helmet. How are you gonna use that? You can't use that. So they expect people to put it in their bank, make a Warlock account, boost that all the way up to 20, and then play. So it's just basically them making you keep on playing to use your loot, which you can only use 2. You can use 1 exotic armor at once and 1 weapon armor at once, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You grind so hard to get this exotic gear, but you can only wear 1 piece at once. It's so dumb. If they don't open that up to, you know, be able to wear more than 1 piece later on, I don't understand. I just, So you're saying after I max my gauntlets out, if I want to level up my exotic helmet, I have to get legendary gauntlets, put those on, take my exotic gauntlets off, take my legendary helmet off, put my exotic helmet on, and do it all over again, and then it brings me down like 2 light levels. Stupid. Stupid. So dumb. I'm not even trying to understand these people anymore. It's a ginormous grind fest after level 25, basically. Nothing's fun anymore. You've done all the strikes, Vault of Glass, but woo, whatever. You know, do that and you still get crap loot. Ooh, raid loot, which sucks dick. There's nothing. There's no replay value at all, except if you're, you know, super into the Crucible, which isn't that good because you're getting nothing from it. I mean, the gameplay in the Crucible is alright, but still, why would you play that? I'd rather just go back and play Halo for better online, you know? They marketed being, you know, having your own ship and whatever, but all ship is just a huge-ass loading screen. I mean, duh. I'm sorry, I'm reading on my... I found these, like, notes, and it's just grinding. That's what's one of my notes, just grinding. Random loot generator, grinding, dumb. Well, I mean, I guess they did patch some decent stuff besides the loot cave. That was probably the worst patch because let's face it, loot cave was awesome. They did patch some stuff like actually getting legendaries from legendary engrams instead of greens and blues, and I mean that was absurd. And they said that there's a mishap on their part. Like, how do you not know that something's wrong with your game before you sell it to somebody? I mean, really? You spend all this time on your game and you can't even have like testers to test and see what's wrong with their game. You're gonna ship it out when there's like bugs in it and stuff. Come on, come on. I don't want to spend my money for a bugged game. That's stupid. You should get your shit together and test your games before you sell them to people. It's such a ripoff. I think I'm almost done. I don't really have too much to talk about. Nerf Bungie's payroll. Huh. Alright, the last thing I want to touch base on is that it's not like a major thing, but it's back to, you know, back to the bosses, that they're just the same exact thing you fought over and over and over again. The last level, the boss is literally 3 of the exact same things, you've beaten before. There's no creativity in the end fight. There's nothing. You sit behind pillars and shoot away at these bullet shields. It's just, it's so annoying. Oh, you kill one? Here, kill another one. Do. Oh, that one's dead? Oh, kill this last one. Boom. You win. End of the game. Stupid. Stupid. If you're gonna give me an awful story, at least give me a decent boss battle at the end. But nope, instead you get the same exact thing over and over and over. This game is so repetitive. It's amazing. It's amazingly bad. It's repetition, repetition, rinse and repeat. Kill this guy, kill this guy, kill this same exact guy. It's annoying. It's annoying. I think my first legendary engram was from a level 8 drag. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Such a bad game. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna play. I still, I don't play it anymore. I got the bad juju exotic weapon bounty. I'm like, after 10 strikes, it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'd rather play, another one of the 20 games I haven't started yet. So put Destiny on the shelf. I'm not buying DLC. There's no way I'm buying DLC. If you want to give me game content, please give it to me for free. It's supposed to be a 10-year game, and I'm already done with it in a month. And so is half your fan base. Some people do like the grind. If you like the grind, good for you. But really, in the end, what good is the grind? Okay, you got every single exotic in the game. So what? You can only wear one at once. You can wear one at once. Freaking A. Oh, you're max level? Now what are you gonna do? Go play Crucible where it doesn't matter what level you are? It's poor planning. It's bad execution, poor planning. There's no creativity at all. Except in the scenery. I did like the scenery, it was cool. And the soundtrack, I forgot to add that. The soundtrack is pretty badass. Even in the situation where the soundtrack just tops what you're doing, you can be like killing some little guys and the soundtrack's like boom, 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 but the soundtrack was cool. I'd rather pay $60 for the soundtrack and pay like $10 for the game. Okay, this is the worst thing ever. In my opinion, this is the worst thing I have to say about the game is that I don't even know if I already said this. If I did, I'm sorry. You have your disc. Your disc has all the DLC content on it right now, but you can't play it because it's locked until you buy it. You bought a $60 disc that has all the DLC on it, but you can't play it unless you buy the DLC. So you're basically paying more money for something you already have physically.